Oh, déjà vu. Oh, déjà vu. Oh, déjà vu. So I'm falling now.
Hello beauties. Little introduction. My name is Amethyst and I like making content about music. My alt group I-DLE have finally released another comeback after several months, and I was legit excited for this album. So after all the wait, today I will be reviewing the entire I-DLE album with my thoughts and opinions to determine whether or not it was worth the wait. I will not only be rating the songs, but the overall concept as well, since I have a lot I want to say. Keep in mind that this is all my silly personal opinion. Feel free in the comments to disagree with me or not. Also, I-DLE are my favorite girlies, so I in no way shape or form am trying to hate on them. Okay, now that that's over, let's dive straight into my subjective opinions. That's a lot of pink. I'll be straight out with this. I initially was a little disappointed when the first teaser came out. I remember when the album versions were revealed, I was so excited for what kind of concept my girls were gonna tackle. It really seemed like we were going to get an Alice in Wonderland inspired fantasy album. And if you know me, you know that fantasy idol is my everything. When I found out that they were doing a more modern Y2K concept, I got a bit sad. I desperately miss I-DLE's more fantastical concepts and was kind of a bit bored with more modern ones. They're not bad, but I wanted something that had surreal yet beautiful imagery. We've been getting a taste of that theme with B-sides and B-side spoilers, but not really as a title track or entire full concept. However, despite this, I think I regained my excitement because we were officially getting our Summer Queen Idol songs back. Overall, I think the Y2K concept is pretty good for this album. The styling and MV aesthetics are beautiful as always. I think I would have liked it more if they had gone for a fresher and less flashy concept. Something New Jeans inspired. It may not be my favorite concept for them, but I always know I-DLE will devour anything they try because all of the members fit the entire aesthetic perfectly. 6.5 out of 10. Sorry, but I'm not the biggest fan. I won't be that person because I get what Soyeon was trying to do. I just don't really like this type of music. The MV is really incredible. It gives off this sort of 90s Valley Girl vibe, which I like. I also liked how much they utilized the bimbo aesthetic to a T. The overuse of pink and the unserious lyrics give it that hipper feminine girly feel. And as I stated previously, I think the concept works. But I don't know. I guess one of my biggest issues with the song is how much it probably won't age well in the long run. I feel when it comes to music, artists should consider how their music will sound in a couple years. It's important if you want to be remembered without people cringing. Queen Card is one of those songs that pretty much dates itself. Which doesn't make the song bad, but it just makes it less good than their other songs. I had the same problem with Tomboy. A good song for the time, but not really aging any better the longer time passes. I like when I-DLE makes songs that wouldn't normally be trendy but end up aging beautifully. All of their title tracks before Tomboy are what I consider the definition of timeless. The lyrics especially have a charm that could exist anywhere at any time. I know Queen Card was meant to be unserious and I love my girls for it, but title tracks like La Tata, Senorita, and Dum Dee Dum Dee didn't have a deeper meaning and were made for fun. Yet they still age better than Queen Card. This title was made for certain types of people, mainly people who like camp. I'm just not one of them. Which means I enjoy this a lot less than other titles, but I still see how others like it and what the girls were trying to say with it. I think in the end, while I may not like it, Soyeon ultimately had a genius idea for Queen Card. 6 out of 10.
Oh my, oh my. Quiet, pretty, quiet, lovely.
Ultimately, I think this should have been the title track of the album, because damn does it get me right in the feels. If you can't tell by the everything about me, I'm a sucker for rock music. I don't care what group it is, you bring in those guitars and I'll be sold. Allergy is in the pop-punk genre of rock-adjacent music and feels just like an early 2000s summer coming-of-age film song. I thought it was clever since that's the entire concept of I Feel. But I think the biggest factor of why I like this song is in its lyrics. I like songs with deep meanings, and this one has a message that hits way too close to home. I think regardless of gender everyone has felt that in some way they aren't attractive enough. Especially for women. Modern beauty standards are essentially impossible to achieve. I don't know a single person who can live up to what Hollywood or model beauty advertises. The same is for South Korea. I've known so many idols who have gotten harassed simply because their visuals or their body wasn't to everyone's standards. And that's just sad, because I think what really is important is the talent of the idols, but people in general only care about what women look like. I-DLE shows how this kind of negativity can affect young teens. Soyeon plays the part of a girl who is considered ugly by people and by herself. She constantly compares herself to other girls and feels as though they all despise her. It gets even more sad when you realize the girls who she considers perfect have their own problems and compare themselves to others as well. The entire message of this song and this album is really beautiful. Stop trying so hard to fit yourself into this impossible standard, because at the end of the day it doesn't matter. In an age of K-pop where idols' self-worth is tied highly to their visuals, this message is the most important one right now. I think I-DLE was a good song to prepare us for this comeback. It's light and relatable while also being very deep. It's not a masterpiece, but I love it despite that. 7 out of 10. Now this is what turns the album from good to great. I'm always hyped for songs like these. Songs with a distinct moody atmosphere. Point blank, this is the sexiest song on the album. And I love how it embodies the butterfly concept, which I personally think should have been the main theme. We all knew Minnie was a talented lyricist and producer, so I expected nothing less from her. This song is coated in a dark layer of aesthetic mixed with the beautiful lyrics. It's a strange yet enjoyable listen. Dark I-DLE is rare since they don't usually have those concepts anymore, but I appreciate Minnie for giving us B-sides adjacent to Oh My God. I miss that era, so it feels very nice. There's also a sort of metallic vibe in this. I don't know how to describe it. It feels like if this song had a taste, it would be a cold metallic one. Just impressed that Minnie was able to capture that through music. I don't have much else to say about Lucid. It's just a good song made by a talented producer, which is why it's my favorite. 10 out of 10. Just Yuki proving to us she is in fact an ace. This song is oh so good. Again, Yuki captures her distinct style and atmosphere in All Night. Low-key, I'm feeling a more upbeat version of Dark X-File, with a party aesthetic which is perfect for the album. The instrumental is amazing, and that intro with the change-up scratches my brain in the right places. I'll admit that I wasn't really that interested when the teaser for this song dropped. I just didn't think much of the chorus at the time. But Yuki in all her brilliance truly impressed me, and now I can say it's one of my favorite songs by her. Legit, this is expensive sounding, and I like expensive music, so it's a win in my book. My only complaint is that the chorus wasn't really that interesting until the second time, but it was still very good in my opinion. The rest of the song is great. Again, glad that more members are producing in I-DLE. This is great to play at clubs and parties if you ever just want people to get up and dance. It's that good. 9 out of 10.
I'll be landing on your mind.
Another bop written by Minnie. Honestly, on first listen I didn't really vibe with it. I thought it was sort of a generic slow song put at the end of albums. I so wish that K-pop groups wouldn't make ballads just for the sake of having a ballad. But the more I listen, the more I really like this song a lot. It's dreamy and airy, a light listen from the more fast-paced songs on I Feel. The pre-chorus and bridge are heavenly as all hell. I also like the lyrics. It's just really sweet, and it felt Minnie had a special person in mind when she wrote this. Love the I-DLE reference she put in. We all know what the best I-DLE B-side is. As of writing this, I keep listening to it on repeat. It's so good. This is a slow song done right with a pretty instrumental. Pretty song enthusiasts will love it. Again and again, Minnie proves how well she writes love songs. 8 out of 10. And finally we reached the last song of this album. I think it's a good outro. Not the best song on the album, but it does its job well. I like it. The idea behind it is also pretty cute. Looking back on the stupid things you and your friends used to do, you cringe a bit thinking about it, but at the end of the day your old self was still trying their best. I also liked how this song is perfect to play when you're out drinking with loved ones. Something I wouldn't do, but still a great atmosphere to be around. With the right people, of course. Love how bookended this is. It seems like this takes place several months after the events of Allergy and Queen Card. Like the characters have since moved on and are in better places. That's a good message to have. It shows that small parts of your life like high school aren't that important and you have so much ahead in your future. 7 out of 10. This album was great. Not my favorite, but it's still on quality with a lot of their other discography. I like the entire meaning of it. All women are beautiful in their own way. There's no right way to be a queen card. It's not something I was expecting. I loved it anyway, since now some of my favorite I-DLE songs are from I-DLE. It's unique and I think this era will be extremely memorable in I-DLE's career. I will be expecting more quality albums in the future. I-DLE have now defined their new style in the best way possible.